Do you frequently find yourself feeling stressed, anxious, or wired, even though you're already taking a magnesium supplement like magnesium glycinate? It can be incredibly frustrating, especially when the science clearly shows that magnesium glycinate should help calm your nervous system, lower anxiety, and improve sleep. So why do you still feel overwhelmed, tense, or fatigued, as if nothing's working? In this video, we're going to uncover one of the biggest reasons magnesium might not be working for you. Chronic stress is secretly draining your magnesium levels and creating a vicious cycle. Here's what's happening. When you're stressed, your body dumps magnesium. And when your magnesium levels drop, your stress response becomes even more intense. It's a self-feeding loop, and unless you break it, your symptoms may only get worse. But before we dive into how stress wrecks your magnesium, we'll help you troubleshoot something just as important. Are you taking your magnesium the right way? Could your diet or other common nutrient deficiencies be making your stress worse? Because finding yourself constantly stressed or anxious despite magnesium supplementation isn't just a minor issue, it can quietly wreak havoc on your long-term health. Low magnesium has been linked to high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, kidney problems, and more. So let's get to the bottom of it, but first, please tap that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps this video reach more people who need it, and trust me, millions are silently struggling with the exact same thing. Are you taking your magnesium supplements the right way? Let's talk about how to make sure you're actually taking magnesium the right way, because this is where most people go wrong, and it's one of the reasons why many don't see results even after they start supplementing. First, make sure you're using the right form of magnesium. If your main concern is stress, anxiety, or poor sleep, magnesium glycinate is your best friend. Multiple studies have shown that magnesium plays a critical role in regulating neurotransmitters like GABA, which promotes relaxation and reduces anxiety. Second, you need to hit the recommended daily intake. That's around 300 milligrams for adult women and 400 milligrams for adult men. But here's the catch. Many magnesium supplements list a high dose on the bottle, but if you look closely, the actual elemental magnesium, the usable portion, is much lower. So don't be fooled by fancy labels. Choose brands that are lab-tested and transparent about their content. Also, don't expect overnight results. If you've been magnesium deficient for a long time, and most people are, it can take anywhere from 20 to even 40 weeks to fully replenish your body's stores. That's because magnesium isn't just floating around in your bloodstream. Over 60% of your body's magnesium is stored in your bones and tissues, so it takes time to build that reserve back up. Now here's something that's rarely talked about. You might be absorbing less magnesium than you think, especially if you suffer from low stomach acid, which becomes more common with age or stress. Magnesium needs an acidic environment for optimal absorption. One trick that helps many people is taking a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in a glass of water about 10 to 15 minutes before your supplement. It's a simple but effective way to boost stomach acid naturally and support better magnesium absorption. And even if you're taking magnesium, you could be depleting it just as fast if your diet is high in carbs, grains, yes, even whole grains, sugar, or caffeine. All of these increase magnesium excretion from the body, so cutting back, even a little, can help your body hold on to more of this essential mineral. Another important point, magnesium and vitamin D work together. Low vitamin D levels can make it harder for your body to use magnesium properly, and vice versa. This is why many people see better, faster results when they supplement with magnesium alongside vitamin D3 and K2. So if you're doing all of this and still struggling with stress, anxiety, or poor sleep, we need to go one step deeper. How stress depletes magnesium. Stress can deplete your magnesium levels faster than you can replenish them. Yes, you heard that right. Even if you're eating well and supplementing daily, chronic stress can burn through your magnesium stores like wildfire. So, here's how it works. When you're under stress, whether it's physical, emotional, or even hidden stress from poor sleep or inflammation, your body releases stress hormones, mainly cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones trigger a fight or flight response, which increases your heart rate, blood pressure, and alertness. It's a survival mechanism. But here's the kicker. To mount this stress response, your body uses up large amounts of magnesium. Magnesium is required to regulate cortisol levels, calm your nervous system down, and return your body to a balanced state. So, every time you're stressed, even mildly, you're losing magnesium. A study published in the journal Neuropharmacology showed that stress not only increases magnesium loss through the urine, but it also lowers magnesium absorption in the intestines. That's a double whammy. You're losing more and absorbing less. Another study in magnesium research found that under prolonged stress, the body's magnesium levels can drop so low that the stress response becomes exaggerated, meaning your body stays on edge longer than it should and you become more reactive to even small things. This creates a vicious cycle. So how do you know if stress is draining your magnesium levels? Your body tells you, you just have to know what to look for. Let's start with a big one: heart palpitations. If your heart sometimes feels like it's skipping a beat, fluttering, or pounding in your chest for no clear reason, especially during times of stress, that could be magnesium deficiency. You see, magnesium plays a key role in regulating your heart rhythm, and when you're low, your heart becomes more sensitive to adrenaline, which makes those palpitations worse. Now let's talk about feeling tired but wired. You're exhausted but your brain won't shut off. That's a big red flag. Then there's muscle tightness or cramps, especially in your neck, shoulders, or legs. Magnesium helps your muscles relax, so when you're low, you stay tense, physically and mentally. Other subtle signs: eyelid twitches, jaw clenching, and restless legs. These are small but telling signs of magnesium running low, especially during prolonged stress. If your mood feels off, like you're more anxious, irritable, or overwhelmed, that's another red flag. Studies show magnesium helps regulate your brain's response to stress by balancing neurotransmitters. When you're deficient, your anxiety tends to spike, even over little things. Struggling with sleep? Without magnesium, your brain can't make enough GABA. That's the calming neurotransmitter that helps you fall asleep. So if you're tossing and turning or waking up in the middle of the night, magnesium could be the missing piece. Let's not forget those sugar cravings. When you're stressed and low on magnesium, your body starts crying out for carbs or chocolate. That's because magnesium plays a role in insulin regulation and glucose control. And if you're getting frequent headaches or migraines, especially after a stressful day, that's another sign. Research shows magnesium can reduce both the frequency and intensity of stress-related migraines. So what can you do about it? So, now that you know how stress can deplete magnesium faster than most people can replace it, the next big question is, how do you stop this vicious cycle? The truth is, you need a multi-layered approach. It's not just about popping a supplement and hoping for the best. It's about changing the daily habits that are silently draining your magnesium and your resilience. First, you want to cut back on stress-draining habits. Let's be honest, things like drinking too much coffee, constantly scrolling through your phone, or staying up late watching Netflix might feel like ways to cope with stress, but they're actually making things worse. Caffeine, especially in large amounts, not only stresses your adrenal system but also burns through magnesium like wildfire. So instead of reaching for your third cup of coffee, try swapping it out for herbal teas that actually help calm your nervous system, like chamomile, lemon balm, or even passion flower tea. These can support relaxation and lower anxiety without depleting magnesium. Next, make sure you're getting magnesium from food every single day. Leafy greens like spinach, pumpkin seeds, avocados, and even dark chocolate, in moderation, are great sources. Try to take your magnesium glycinate an hour before bed. It's gentle on the stomach, highly absorbable, and especially good if your main concern is anxiety, tension, or poor sleep. And while we're talking sleep, make sure you're avoiding screens at least an hour before bed. The blue light suppresses melatonin and raises cortisol, which makes it harder to relax and easier to burn through more magnesium overnight. Here's another big one: carbs and sugar. A high-carb or high-sugar diet, even if it's whole grain, causes blood sugar spikes, which leads to insulin surges, inflammation, and yes, even more magnesium loss through your urine. You might want to try cutting back on sugar and refined carbs, or even adopting a low-carb lifestyle if it works for your body. Many people report feeling more stable emotionally and physically when their blood sugar is in check, and their magnesium levels stay more balanced. Also, consider magnesium-rich mineral baths, especially with Epsom salt, which is magnesium sulfate or magnesium chloride flakes. A soak for 20 to 30 minutes can really help your muscles relax, reduce tension, and give your body an extra dose of magnesium through your skin, which is a highly underrated method of supplementation. Finally, you can stack your magnesium with calming supplements like L-theanine, a compound found in green tea that has been shown in studies to reduce anxiety and promote a relaxed but focused state of mind, without sedation. I hope you now see why addressing stress isn't just important, it's absolutely essential. Not only does chronic stress steal your peace of mind, but it silently drains your body's magnesium reserves, leaving you more anxious, more fatigued, and more vulnerable to serious health problems. If you want lasting energy, better sleep, and a stronger body and mind, managing stress and replenishing magnesium should be at the top of your list. Of course, always consult with your healthcare provider before starting or stopping any supplement, especially if you're dealing with a medical condition or taking medications. And if you found this video helpful, please take a second to like it and subscribe to the channel. It really helps this video reach more people who need to hear this message, and you'll also be the first to know when we post more informative content like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.